We talk about technology every single day because that's where the money is going. I'll start with Amazon, currently at $8.41. Mike Murphy, I ask you this every time. Are you going to buy it at $8.41?
I'm not going to buy it at $8.41, but Amazon is taking on all competition, Stuart, and now they're going after FedEx, they're going after UPS, and if you look at the stock today, up over a $400 billion market cap for the first time ever. This is an all-time high on Amazon. The knock on Amazon forever was the valuation. People would say it's too expensive. If you notice now, Stuart, no one's talking about valuation. Right. Everyone's talking about the innovation. Yeah. So right now, I don't think it's a time to jump in and buy if you haven't been along for this ride already.
Peter Marisi, the valuation of Amazon is interesting because they plow almost every red cent of profit back into the company. So you can't talk price-earnings ratio. It's a totally different kind of company, isn't it?
That's right. Compare them with Netflix. You know, they're always moving into new businesses. And think about where they're moving. They're moving to areas where existing franchises are going to have a difficulty adapting. Things like, you know, driverless cars, or where there's a lot of overhead and, frankly, fat, like the express delivery business. You know, that is ripe for disruption. And with droids and so forth, you know, those planes, drones, that's quite possible. My feeling is they're throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall. Some of it's going to stick, and the stuff that sticks is going to make people a lot of money.
Actually, a lot of it sticks the way things are going. Right. Yeah. You know, I'd be inclined to sell it. If I owned it, I might be inclined to sell it now.
Never go broke taking a profit.
Yeah, and you take a big profit if you bought it even a couple of weeks ago, How about Google?
Always take a profit. What the heck, you know?
Yeah, why not? Except you've got to pay tax on it. Google's at 806, 805 this morning, up $5. Ash, they've got new stuff out today.
They are. Big event in San Francisco. 2 new phones. They're ditching the Nexus phone, which has been around for 6 years, but you wouldn't know it because you probably didn't buy it, just like everybody else. So they're changing to the Pixel and the Pixel XL. They're going to have 2 cameras, one on the back, one on the front. They're going to run on an Android system. And oh yes, they're going to have a headphone jack. But they're also looking at bringing out one of those voice-controlled speaker systems. It's going to be called Home to challenge Amazon's Echo, and a virtual reality headset, which we believe will cost around $80, which is very reasonable.
I've got Brian Fitzgerald, an analyst, says Google's going to go to $1,000 a share. What do you make of that, Mike Murphy?
Very well could be. You know, it's only a 25% move from these levels. I don't think he's really going out on a limb there. I mean, the way these stocks have been moving, I think it's interesting, though. Look at Google, look at Amazon, look at Apple, look at Facebook. They all seem to be kind of doing the same things. They're all talking about cars. They're all talking about the home. So if you haven't been along for this ride so far, which I haven't been, don't jump in here. You know, look for a pullback on some of these things.
Quickly, Todd Horwitz, you're our trader guy here, more than anybody else, I would suspect. If you owned any of these big-name techs, would you sell them now? No offense to you, Mike Murphy, no offense to you. But, Todd, would you sell any of them if you owned them now?
You know, what I would do is if I owned them, I'd be protecting them underneath and hope that they would continue to go higher, but with an exit to get out of them, because I do think they're overvalued, and from this point, I'd be more inclined to be a seller. But Amazon's got a great model, and what nobody ever talks about is all the outside business that they have, where they have independent vendors that use them as a distribution point, so that they don't have to pay for inventory. All you do is collect the money. That's a pretty good model, the way I look at it, but I think they're a little bit too high.
Just